I like that, man. You like that, man? Let's turn that shit up, man. Yeah. Lyrical wordplay for y'all. I feel good on this one, man. This is how real MCs do it, you know. Yeah. I like this shit a lot, man. Done for that too. Rome, New York, we in the building. Check it out. Yo, when I hit the bong, I'm Godzilla taking over Hong Kong, eating wonton with a shotgun and long johns. It's not unsung, no story here to tell. I'm just ready. I'm a student before the school bell to fulfill my wordplay. Thursday, boy, I bust off 3 Ks on Martin Luther King birthday. Berkeley College for $20. If I got it, smoke here, inquire my knowledge. A little psychotic, I know. Rate me, I'm Michael Jordan. In the Final Four, fighting with Wayne Gretzky. I'm not relevant, let's see. Who's spitting? Some of y'all Coke and Pepsi. I can't tell the difference. I'm Darryl when I'm pitching. Before the white girl had him twitching. Not a rap game in my kitchen. Easy pickings. Rebel when it calls my mind. It's like fuck with mine and put your mind on the wall. I'm on tour getting bread and tattoos. And your job is giving tic tacs and bathrooms. I hate gossip. I mash up the media mosh pit. Release a bad boom in the chat room. My weed bags a vacuum and smuggle. Off of one blood, a bitch gon' fuck you. Chicks T-roll the meatloaf. When I hit they belly, that dropping all dimes. Rico. Take precautions, I got a pallbearer that build coffins for all rappers and nonsense. Nonchalantly, I'm thinking darker than a convict conscious. That's why I'm sweating in the armpits. That's where the bomb is. The gang rate in my city is like the 80s where Kendrick Lamar lived. I got a harvest of purple in my apartment. Across the park, I sell pounds to Cartman. I think like an orphan, I'm in the zone, but it's freestyle, so these words might need a home. Executive neck, I demand respect. Check, don't even talk to me or text the wrong tone, okay? Stay at bay, man, delay. When I write out pull pins from these hand grenades, you could be amazed to hate it, but either way, I get it heated like Kanye and Sway. I'm done with it. I had fun with it. Stay back and tell your girl, come get it. She had Mr. Right, now she want Mr. Wrong. Now she swings.
Cymarshall Law Show. Jersey. Reggie Noble, let's go. Come on. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Should we start the show? Nah, let's keep going. Yo, my apologies for starting late this morning. I'm still here though. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm from a city where the go-getters get that go quick and get that guapole, both money and the chicks. Nobody has a monopoly over grinding. Some people pull the clips out with no rhyming. They the pushers, but I don't have malice though. They smoke everything without touching the chalice though. I tried to give a damn, ain't nobody want it though. So I held on to it and took it personal. I lived around crack dealers and preachers. Street graduates becoming the teachers. Politicians talking they couldn't reach us. So becoming the 6 o'clock features. Don't study me, you won't graduate. But my life's good money, you can't tabulate. Get that dough, but hold your head high. Your peace ain't enough, we deserving the whole pie.
Damn, Mr. Parker, you made me this monster. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong. And I decide where I belong. Damn, it's my hell, yeah. Got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remember real shit. It's how you make
Why you got your hand out? In Hell's Kitchen, the regular never stand out. In high school, they told me I wouldn't be nothing. Wouldn't make it out the turf, wouldn't see nothing. It's all my gang made up in mind quick. But I would never let the evil in their mind stick. Furthermore, some of the hoodlums I ran with are doctors and lawyers. Trick, I know you're feeling it. Watching us on the television with your daughters. Say cheese, girl, wave to your father. While his life is welcome back, Carter. I'm at the ACC with Sean Carter. Backstage thinking, look at my life now. I done did good, got a house in a white town. Just so that whenever them white folks talk, they gotta respect the rapper who bought the whole block.
Damn, Mr. Parker, you made me this monster. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong. And I decide where I belong. Damn, it's my hell, yeah. Got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remember this.
heaven and they I P-O-D. So respect my POV. When I'm filling their ears with love, that's on me. See my driver in the fancy car, that's on me. But it is only a fraction of who I be. Never leave.
Damn, I've just had an idea while this is going on. I've just had a great idea. Oh yeah.
What don't kill me makes me strong, and I decide where I belong. Damn, it's my hell, y'all got something to tell ya. If they never made you, they can never break you. Just remember, if you decide you fake yeah. Cause what don't kill me makes me strong, and I decide where I belong. Damn, it's my hell, y'all got something to
Tell ya.
if they never made you, they can never break you. Just remember, you decide you fake
Good morning. Yo, that's the problem with that's the problem here with me being alone here, because I just had an idea that is a brilliant idea, but I need both of my hands to do it. Anyhow. Good morning. It is December 23rd, 2020. And let's keep it funky. Your boy overslept. Yo, I was up until like 2 a.m. And usually I don't need an alarm clock, but I set an alarm clock. Last thing I remember is me putting my joint on snooze. And then next time I looked at the clock, it was 6:14. Yo, what? I was thinking about taking this whole week off because it's Christmas week and kids having off school, work off work a little bit. So I was thinking maybe I should take, a small break on the show because it's winter break. But then I thought, damn, so you just started, you can't be taking a break that fast. And it's really nothing for me to get up at 6 a.m. A lot of y'all have been telling me, like, how do you do that? It's in my genetics to wake up early. So when I'm here bubbling at 6 a.m., I would be doing this with the camera not on anyway. Pissing off my family members. But yeah, man, we made it December 18th. Let me throw on an instrumental right quick. Matter of fact, I'll just turn it down. Start the show with the morning thank yous. I'm thankful for so much. All right. Universal gods, cosmic intelligence, great architect, multiverse gods, God, Jah, Allah, Jehovah. You go by many names, but no matter what we call you, you are still the universal creator of all things. Thank you very much for allowing me and our listeners to wake up today full of life, full of purpose, full of positive energy. Thank you for our inner peace. God, thank you so much for our inner peace. We're so thankful for our inner peace because so many things have been trying to make us not peaceful. It's been one hell of a year, God. And what we really want is one heaven in a year. Boom. Universal gods, thank you so much for our health, our wealth, our knowledge of self. Thank you for laughter, God. Thank you for a sense of humor. Thank you for allowing us to get through a year that so much pain has been felt. But despite the pain that we've felt, we have also felt pleasure. We have been given the eyes to see when good things are happening to us, and we thank you for this. Things could have been so much worse, but they're not. We're here, and thank you, God. Sometimes saying thank you is just enough. So, Universal God, on this Wednesday, Wednesday, December 3rd, thank you so much for allowing us to wake up and be here with you today. Infinite Blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, yeah, man. So what it is?
Yo,
Let's see here. Yeah, I was thinking about just playing songs all day because I have so many dope songs that I know people don't hear about. I was gonna interview. You know what? Let me.
I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Hope you smile when you listen. Ain't no competition, just competing for attention. And you like, I'm not on no games. Well, baby, I've been peeping, and you ain't been the same. Like, who been on your mind? Who got your time? Who you been vibing with, and why can't make you mine? You used to be texting me, checking me, calling me your slime, and now you treat me like my word less than a dime. And if we paint a perfect picture, we can make it last forever. And you're the only one I want to wear my orange sweater. I told you I am down for the worse or the better, but I keep sticking to you cause I'm forced to be. You got me singing love songs, love songs, love songs. You got me singing love songs, love songs, love songs. You got me singing love songs, love songs, love songs. You got me singing love songs, love songs, love songs. You got me singing love songs. Oh, this the type of song you tip on falls and pop up so yeah, that make you fall in love song. That hate me, yeah, what you on make you hit me up so.
I messed y'all up with this one, didn't I?
You been playing games, I'm trying
See,
to make you my boo.
Cymarshall loves all music.
Satisfaction, take the rain off the blue. And if we paint a perfect picture, we can make it last forever. And you're the only one I want to wear my orange sweater. I told you I am down for the worse or the better, but I keep sticking to you cause I'm forced to be. You got me singing love songs, love songs, love songs. You got me singing love songs, love songs, love songs. You got me singing love songs.
Yo, you know who has real dope musical taste in my household? My daughter. She is 12, and sometimes I'll come home and she'll be playing some fly shit. Like this song, it's by an artist named Cash Page. I came home from work one day, and she was just blasting it through the house. And I came through with, my collar and tie on, and it was just bubbling. I came home from work like this.
Ain't no competition, just competing for attention. And you like,
Yo, Naya, what's that?
well, baby, I've been peeping, and you ain't been the same.
I like the way y'all cleaned up the house.
Who got your time? Who you been vibing with, and why?
So yeah, I hope if y'all have kids one day, or you got kids, that your kids reflect a part of your personality, because there's nothing more joyful than watching a child grow into their own. But as they're growing into their own, you're seeing little parts of you. And yo, life is crazy because I said a long time ago I'd stop saying life is crazy, because I'm sure the universal gods created this life so intricate that we will never ever really experience or understand the beautiful pattern of what's really going on. So I was gonna say it's crazy, but it's not crazy. That when your kids are growing, at certain ages they'll do certain things and you'll be like, yo, when I was that age I did the exact same thing. And it will be the very specific age. For instance, I wasn't gonna put him out there, but brothers need to learn. So I have a kid, and he recently got in trouble for plagiarism. This is the kid that stays on the honor roll and stays getting good grades. And it's just there to show us that Nobody's perfect, and we all have our days. And even the people that look like all their shit is together, every once in a while, they slip up and show us that they're human. Because, you know, my guy's bedroom's always clean. He's always doing his chores. My man stays on the honor roll. So imagine my surprise when I got the call, the voicemail, and the teacher said, he's in French class. I'll tell you why I'm laughing in a minute. Imagine my surprise when I got the call and the teacher was like, yes, your son turned in a French class essay. He plagiarized in French. He turned in a French class essay. However, I know that it wasn't his because he's in the 8th grade and he's giving me stuff that my high school seniors would be failing at in French. I was like, no, you gotta be smarter than that, my boy. You gotta be smarter than that. So I didn't punish him because, like I said, my man is always like, you know, he rarely ever gets in trouble. So I thought this was a very good teaching moment. Because again, I've done it too. And when you're a parent and you've done things that your kids do at certain ages, that you did the same things, I think it's always wise to try to use the knowledge that you gained when it happened to you to, give it to your children. And I don't know how I got out of this shit, but my parents didn't even find out I plagiarized. I don't know how I got out of that shit. How did I get out of it? Anyhow, my teacher just gave me an F. And I think my parents didn't notice because, again, I was always a good student. So in that particular class, I was always getting A's and B's. So me getting a 1 F, no one could tell when my report card came because my shit probably still came with a B on it. It was an English class. And I can't remember why I didn't want to write the essay. I probably didn't even read the book. Because, in school, they're always giving you some whack-ass book to read. Yo, who picks the curriculum for some of the books in school? Because there are so many dope-ass books. But the ones that, it's always like the same book. Over the years, my kids be bringing home books. I'm like, damn, I read that in school. This is like 30 years later. They still giving you the same tired-ass book. I know there are some dope-ass authors. I often think about this in general. Like, when movies are coming out and we keep seeing the same actors over and over and over again, I often think, but where are the rest of the writers? Where are the rest of the actors? It's not as if, like, there are these top, 40 actors, and out of the thousands or millions of other actors in the world, out of the thousands of actors in the world, there are all these people that can't get a chance. It goes across the board for everything. It could be like professional athletes. Sometimes they're, this dude in the park that's always wearing the same bum ass sweats, but his jumper is just wet, and you'd be like, yo, how come dude didn't make it to the NBA? It's because of I don't like to call things luck, because I feel like luck is being ready when the opportunity presents itself. However, when you get to the heights of heights, there is going to be a small amount of luck that you need. And let me turn this slow ass instrumental off. I know y'all probably wilding listening to me this morning. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get into another joint real quick, and y'all stay with me. I said I'm gonna get into another joint, and a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Jesus. Oh yeah, Cymarshall Law Show. Let's go.
These streets is watching the way you move.
Watch how you move, nigga.
So be careful in all that you do.
Watch what you doing,
If
nigga.
you shitting when you eat, it might cause you trouble.
Yeah.
And this ain't nothing that I've heard. Only what I've learned.
I'm recollecting, I'm cooking that thing up for breakfast. One of my sons will go get the paper while I'm rolled up. Louis house slippers, nasty stocking cap on, smoking a stove while I plot on another caper. Respectively, see, I've been genetically blessed to move like I'm a GF. Designer cigars and pinky rings, ain't no question how we move on bigger things on the patio. Speaking of old connects, my Dominican Puerto Ricans, Pablo Augustus and Miguel Vallejo. They be speaking with strong accents and had a soldier shoot you when they ho. We aligning the link after the convo, getting back to it fast. Compadres papered up, properly flooding my stash. Pretty naked bitches be counting my cash. Walk around wearing nothing, diesel as fuck, so you like dimples in their ass. Pick the way how I prosper and I profit, get the cooking and grinding it up. I make sure these niggas ain't trying to line me up. Gone.
These streets is watching the way you move.
Watch how you move, nigga.
So be careful, know that you do.
Watch what you doing,
If you
nigga.
shouldn't but eat, it might cause you trouble. And this ain't nothing that I've heard. Only what I've learned. Mark my words. Please don't sleep.
Don't you do that.
Or the wolves cut the
Them
key.
niggas hungry.
Take you out and make you a target. Boy, better run for the cover.
Cover, nigga.
Hear it what I'm saying. You know the boys ain't playing none. Ain't no pop. Better hope it ain't for
Yo,
you.
I think this moment's looking spectacular, very eventful and special. Detailing particulars is essential. Immaculate from the talk to the dress up, all the way down to the cook in the kitchen. Shalom, please do the chef.
What the fuck happened? You slapping your rhymes, put the Mac in his mouth. I slip. No, you did. This nigga is sniffing. Different nigga from the kid we used to fucking with. I'm not embarrassed. He a host and this coke's frozen. Nigga suck a dick, bust pop. And shot him in his windpipe. I stabbed him in his hand. Bust shot him again. 6 million grams in the sink down the drain. I'm to blame. We the grain. Got the call of connect up. Poppy seat, don't catch the train. Now it's war in the roar. We both riders. They're coming in gliders. Here the wings pull up, we pull up, bulletproof boxes and socks, 2 twin choppers, the Glocks was 30 shot, new joints, we both tops, then we walked in,
Yo. Good morning, Cymarshall Law Show. If you are joining us just now, thank you. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be with me. Now, so before I played the joint, I was talking about how schools, I feel like they need a revamp of the curriculum. Shout out to Broadway. And I once read a book, and the book was called, it's one of my favorite books, and it was called, one of my favorite books, and I'm like, what's the name of the, oh yeah. It's called Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. And I read this book when I was in the 11th grade, and it is definitely one of my favorite books. A lot of the things that I always thought without ever reading anywhere, when I read this book, I felt like the author was in my head. And if you guys have never heard of the book, how it begins is there's this man, and he's having some issues, right? And then he decides to write a letter to God. And so he's writing these letters, and then one day God replies to the man. And then, God starts dropping all these jewels on the man. And, throughout the course of the book, this man is asking God questions, and he's answering all the questions. And this is definitely one of my favorite books. There's actually a series. There's part 1, part 2, and part 3, and I have them all. You should get them all. I actually started with part 2, and part 2 was about the world and how the world could be improved. And then part 3 was about the universe as a whole and like all the questions we might have about the universe. And part 1 was about people on a one-to-one level. And the book had jewels upon jewels upon jewels. It's called Conversations with God, and it's by Neil Donald Walsh. And if I ever had a book of the week, it would be this book. So I want y'all to check that out. If y'all have it, anytime, if y'all are readers. Some people are movie people or documentary people over book people. Like my brother, he'll watch a documentary in a heartbeat and tell me about some dope-ass documentaries. But of him and I'm more of the reader, and that goes to what I was saying earlier about your kids will show you parts of themselves in them as they're growing up, because both of my parents were like ready type of people, and I definitely picked that up from them. My dad was definitely a movie buff, and me and my brother both picked that up from my parents. But yeah, so I digress. In this book, Conversations with God, it talks about schools needing a new curriculum because some parents' households never ever teach their kids about love. And matter of fact, to be even more transparent, my oldest son was just telling me that he's having a hard time right now because he can't understand how people can be so hateful. And the reason he's having such a hard time with that is because he grew up in a house, like a super loving house, and in here I never made love taboo. Like, I always made it so my kids were not the type of kids to feel embarrassed when their parents hugged and loved them up. So all of my kids like wear their heart on their sleeve. They're never embarrassed by love, and you know, they're right, genuinely good kids. They share with each other. They don't really fight too much. And my oldest was like, "Yo, Dad, how did you do it?" It's because I don't play around. When I see nasty behavior, I don't let that shit slide. And I feel like that goes on to enabling. A few shows ago, we were talking about enabling adults, but you can enable kids too. And if you enable kids, what happens is they grow up to become those nasty ass adults. So when I would see like behavior in my children that was just like, if they weren't sharing or something, or if one of them are being like an asshole, I would tell them. As where I feel like a lot of times children get away with that, or if you're an only child, you never really have to share. Shout out to the only children in there. You know, if you're an only child but you grew up without these nasty like things like you don't know how to share, if your parents were able to drop those jewels on you and you were able to accept them, shout out to you, because it can be easy. Some kids don't know how to act because they're always around mad other kids, and they always have to fight for their piece of the pie, so they're always used to fighting. Some kids were always just privileged and didn't have to fight for anything, so they have this attitude like they're just entitled to everything. And then there's the group of kids that another section of kids that are neither one of those first two kids, but they tend to get shitted on by the first two groups of kids because they're just genuinely nice kids. So if there's like 3 cookies and 4 children, my child, who's the 4th kid, is always the 4th kid who's like, the other 3 of you can have those cookies, even if they want the cookie. And sometimes I don't necessarily always like that, because I feel like my kids are just like too giving. But in the long term, it's definitely a good thing. It's, you know, it's because they understand there's always more, and that's another thing that I've always taught them. Like, yo, do not fight over that last piece of pizza, because y'all are acting like it's the only piece of pizza on the planet. So shit like that, I don't play the pair. So my children, if there's ever and yo, this is no cap. This is just how they are. If there's a last slice of pizza, all 3 of my children will look at the slice and then ask everyone around the house, did you eat? Did you want the last slice? And this is just how they are now. But I know some other nasty ass greedy kids will just walk into the kitchen like, yeah, son, I already had 3 slices. Oh, you ain't eat yet? That's fucked up. But nah, yeah. So we're gonna play another joint. We're just gonna keep it rolling this morning. We're probably gonna roll past 7 o'clock because I started late. Because your boy was up rapping, you know what I'm saying? Yo, they sent me to get the wrapping paper for Christmas. They never should have sent me. Look what I got. gonna be some grown-ass adults in 2 days opening Spider-Man Christmas presents. What? Don't send me to the store then. Yeah. Let's keep it moving. Cymarshall Law Show. Let's go. You know what? It's pissing me off right now. I erase mad stuff on my computer. So I keep being like, yo, Cymarshall Law Show. And then going to drop a joint and then the joint not being there. Let's try this again. Cymarshall Law Show. Let's go. Yo. All right. Here we go again. Cymarshall Law Show. Let's go.
New Africa. New Africa. Yeah. New Africa. What we tell the motherland and the nigga coming back for her. New Africa. Imagine if all the rappers were to get with all the athletes, or activists and actors for a conference in Zaire to meet with all the ambassadors in the motherland. Tell them we coming back for her. America, know if we leave, we be a massacre. Zimbabwe, we be full of drugglers and traffickers. Smoking brassica, pick all the hope from Magica. Tell Tabitha, let a nigga Cleopatra. So we can build a neighborhood out in Zambia. Tell Khaled to build another one in Tanzania. What if J&B went and bought some land in Egypt and Puffy put a strip of clubs off the sands of Kenya? Since America can stand to see us, let's show them why you never bite their hand to feed you. Calm ain't kinda like the city of Alice brought the compound to Libya. What if they had the follies in Nigeria? A king of diamonds in Liberia, London in Nigeria, ain't gotta put my cheerio. And if you black, you fit the criteria. We need Oprah to open up some more schools. Tell Michael Jordan we need some more shoes. Make sure every rapper still got Pro Tools. I'm just saying that'd be a bold move. Make Obama the president. His daddy from Kenya, so that make even better sense. Tell Morehouse to bring all the medicine. Pachi got the party out and gonna tell him medicine. New Africa. New Africa. New Africa. Tell the motherland and the nigga coming back for her. New Africa. New Africa. New Africa. Tell the motherland and the nigga coming back for her. I found utopia in Ethiopia. I gotta be with beautiful women. I got a phobia. But my side hoe from Morocco. And I got another chick in Nairobi cause I look like Fela Kuti when I'm rolling up. Probably cause all the groupies show me love. I'm on my way down to Cape Town. They say that's the young niggas playground. I met this shit from Molly in the party. She said she took a Molly in the party. Man, I swear her titties was so big I said pardon me. But who let Dolly in the party? Magic Johnson built some condos in the Congo. Kanye built a mall out in Senegal, turned the Rwanda to a 5-star witness ball, chilling in Angola with the skinny little guinea bar. Somewhere in the 20s and she gave my little Jimmy hard. Cause the whole physique is unique, she petite, plus her daddy is the king of my some heat. When I met him, he had on that new Petit Philippe, took a seat. Everything kosher like Jewish meat, mama speak. Got her intrigued in disbelief. And she speaks 6 different languages, including Greek. And I love the way her booty cheeks move to the beat. I'm Prince Hakeem, and you must be my queen to be. Just think of playing golf off the Gulf of Guinea Beach. Somewhere in Cameroon, on the plenty tree. And a bunch of beef suya, we don't do no Mickey D's. In New Africa. New Africa. New Africa, tell the motherland and the nigga coming back for her.
Oh, my bad. Your boy cannot sing. You know, God blessed me with so many things. But when he got to the singing checkbox, he accidentally didn't put any sauce in mine. God was like, this youth is not gonna be able to sing, and he's gonna give the world jokes because every time he tries to sing, it's gonna be jokes because my boy can't sing. You get me? So yeah, what, you can't sing either. You can't sing either. I'm talking to you. You can't. I know you're in your house right now looking around like, is this dude talking to me? Yeah, man. You can't sing, can you? Don't be over there laughing at me. Your boy can sing. Ah! I digress. So, where were we? So thank you for anyone joining late. I was saying that I woke up late today, but I'm still here, man. I'm still here. You're not always gonna be perfect, and like one of my sons who got caught for plagiarism, who's usually just a good kid all the time. I didn't punish him. I just said, don't ever do that shit again. Ever. Like, ever in your whole life. And he got the message because, you know, of all my children, he's probably, I wasn't about to say he's the best kid if that's what y'all gonna say. That's what y'all think. I was gonna say he's the kid that doesn't like getting in trouble the most. That's probably why he never gets in trouble, because he's just not about that life. Like, I have a couple other kids that they're definitely about that life, and I don't blame them, because you know you're a kid, you want to do kid things, you want to test your parents. That is normal. That's normal behavior. As a kid, I didn't used to get in trouble much because, and this is a jewel for anyone who has kids out there. You might want to tell your kids this as to give them a way for them not to get in trouble. When I was a kid, and my mom will tell you to this day, I didn't really ever get in trouble, because when I would mess up, like when I would like break a window. The reason I pause, I'll tell you why I paused in a second. But I was gonna say, when I would break a window, I would fess up. Before my mom or my dad could get to me, I would find them and tell them what I did. Like if one of my teachers were gonna call home, I would find my parents and to explain the situation way before the teacher ever got to them. And I'm the same way, man. I don't like surprises type of guy. So if you can get to me before Mr. or whoever, whatever teacher calls me and tries to like body you, you might want to do that, because they're going to always tell their side of the story. And that's the one thing I don't like about teachers, or the teachers I've had to deal with. When I'm talking about first of all, you're telling me about someone I love and someone who's in my house. So their personality, every once in a while, you know, a kid is going to act in certain ways that a parent has never seen. So I've definitely been around teachers where they're explaining a child's behavior to a parent, and the parent is like, yo, that's not my kid. However, man, I pride myself on knowing my children and their personality. So if you call me as a teacher and you're telling me about my child, everything you say, in my head, I should be like, that sounds like my child. That sounds like my child. But if you start saying something crazy, it's like when these people hear someone was captured by the police, and then this person, you know, killed themselves in jail, and then the family is like, yo, my wife or my mom or my sister, she would never do that. No way. I know this person through and through. And, you know, meanwhile, the police are telling you, like, you know, she killed herself. And then you see the mugshot, and the mugshot looking like someone was moving her body around to, you know, just... Anyway, my point is, I know my children. So when a teacher calls me and starts telling me about my children, I'm always going to be able... Well, maybe not always, but I would say 95% of the time, I'm going to know if the teacher's on some bullshit. So when the teacher's only giving their side of the story, all my antennas go up immediately, because it's like, yo, if you're an adult, why are you trying to shit on a kid by not telling the whole story? And that goes with anyone. Whenever you tell me a story, I'm going to be able to, for the most part, be able to tell, are you leaving parts out? Because I'm a trained listener. I'm not even joking. I once had a job that trained me and taught me how to like listen properly. It's like an art of listening. That's why I have good conversations with people because I actually listen and I actually converse and talk about what you've been talking about and ask questions and let you know I've been listening. Anyhow, this is not a talent that everyone has, and yeah, so I'm just saying not everyone's perfect. I think that was my point, and we all mess up and we all have our days. However, if you can stay focused, and when you mess up, when you drop the ball like my kid did and like plagiarize, as long as you don't go back and keep doing it over and over and over again, you recognize you've made a mistake and you're able to become better off of that. That's what life is about, becoming better. It's about looking at people you can learn from, whether that's your older brother or a sister or parents, and seeing the mistakes that they made and then being able to sidestep the obstacles in your path because you were able to see how they stopped someone that you learned from. I think that's what life is about. And if we don't learn, I feel like we'll continue to have to learn the same lessons. And it might be in different situations. It might be at work. It might be at the auto mechanic. It doesn't matter. I feel like we have these lessons that we've come here to learn, and a lot of us don't want to learn them because we want to take the easy way out by doing shit like plagiarizing. And it's crazy that plagiarism has such a big penalty wherever we see it. Not crazy in a bad way, it's a good way, but I say it's crazy because in 2020, everybody's always copying everybody else's shit. It's almost like plagiarism is the way of 2020. That shit is fucking corny to me. Like, everyone's always looking at what the next person is doing, whether it's the clothes they're wearing, the fashion, whether it's... People don't even have their own opinions nowadays. It's like, there could be an opinion about like a show, and if that opinion catches fire, before certain people even get a chance to watch the show or listen to the album, they're running with the popular opinion. I think that shit is so weak. Like, where's your sense of self? Where's your sense of individuality? I feel like the strongest people are the people not afraid to be themselves. Because I think society makes it so hard to be yourself. They want you to follow the trends. They want you to follow the norms. And if you're doing something different, people usually fight you on it. But the greatest things were made from people who decided to walk a path that was less traveled, And it's like, who are you gonna be? Are you gonna be a follower, or are you gonna be a leader? Are you gonna chart your own course, or are you gonna follow mine? What you gonna do? It is December 23rd, 2020. We have like 8 days left in the year. And this year should have been very telling. You gotta have a second stream of income. I didn't say that out of nowhere. I've been thinking about this because you never know what's gonna happen. You never know when your appointment's gonna be taken away. So if you learned anything from 2020, is that you should have learned that you should always have a second stream of income. You should have multiple streams of income. Whether that's art you're putting out, whether that's you having a sewing business on the side, whether it's arts and crafts, whether it's the stock market, whether it's Uber treats Lyft. But I feel like you'd be making a full-on mistake if you went through this entire year and you haven't found a way to give yourself a second source of income. That means you asleep. That's what Nas meant by sleep is the cousin of death. All this shit was going on this year, and not at one moment did you pause and say, I better change something. because anything can happen. I need like multiple streams of income coming in. So it's like, what you gonna do? Suppose, you know, God forbid, knock on wood, but suppose you lose your gig before the end of the year. How you gonna pay rent? I'm not saying that you should have 2-3 jobs. All I'm saying is that you should have a backup plan, just in case you need something to eat, and you was living paycheck to paycheck, and then you lose your gig. So many people have been in that position. Yo, I want to send love to everybody, but I want to send love to the people in the positions right now where you know, their unemployment is run out. They're not sending the second stimulus check fast enough, and it's Christmas time and they don't really have anything to celebrate for because it's been a rough ass year. I have things to celebrate. I'm happy. People were asking me what I want for Christmas, and my answer was always, you don't have to get me anything because I've been blessed this year. And then I'm like, however, I'm pull out a list this long. Nah, but seriously, if Friday comes and there's nothing for me, as long as I get to see my children's smiling faces, opening up presents and gifts, that's enough for me. I'll be happy with that. Because to me, life is about serving, giving. And if you happen to get along the way, that's, you know, it's a beautiful thing, but I'd definitely rather give than receive. That's just my personality. So yeah. Let's get another joint. Cymarshall Show. Let's go.
That sound good right here.
Cymarshall Show.
That sound good.
Yeah.
That sound good
I'm just
right
a
here.
regular chillin' with thugs and legends. I got deceased contacts in my phone, I never delete. I keep my cellular plugged into heaven. Somebody nudge the reverend, tell him I'm selling a white girl like I'm Starbucks, Uggs and leggings. All of these hugs and kissy emojis killing my 4G. All of these soldiers killing up for me. I told them to chill, but still I'm an OG. Wish I could go back in time and keep it real with my old lady. I asked would she rather deal with a dope tree or would she rather deal with my cold feet? That's a wild question. May the best man win, and may I be the best man that I can be everywhere I'm at with my weapon. Get live rounds from guns that are gigantic, cause you wouldn't bow down like the front of the Titanic. I'm gonna die, damn it. I'm bringing drama through your homicidio like I'm trying to say homicide in Spanish. My nigga Joel Ortiz said.
That sound good. That sound good right there. That sound good right there. That sound good right there.
I'm in tip-top condition. Just gotta keep the passion.
Good right there.
I'm in tip-top condition with a hustler's ambition. I'm sick of hip-hop. I should be in the damn kitchen whipping something potent for the chosen clientele. All the smoke that I inhale, I'm supposed to be high as hell. But that's a twisted figure of speech. Hell is below you. I'm guaranteed heaven before I'm beneath the soil. Toya with the squad, that's how you get sent to God, dog. You know it's backwards to go against God, dog. Whoever gets a whip for the base is loaded like the World Series. Steve Jobs died, now the World Series.
I respect you.
And that's serious as a heart attack. I'm an ancient artifact. We question if your art is fact. In fact, you gassed up like you hard to match. Leave you ablaze, extinguish remains. I'm the leader of this game, old school or new. Old soul, but my shoes is new. Yeah.
That sound good right there. That sound good right there. That sound good right. That sound good right there. That sound good right. That sound good right there.
Bunch of poison in my bloodstream. Now it's getting ugly, I must be another junkie. How lucky am I to still be alive? I'm going crazy. Bought a Mercedes with money I raised for Haiti. Abducted Brenda's baby, sold it to a gay couple. Take drugs too high enough to juggle with some spaceships. Your worst nightmare, breathing all the white air. Inhale, exhale.
Sound good right there.
Yeah, the unforgettable, walking bicentennial man. Born an idea, was never a man. I'm with Absol, the asshole, nickel nine and primo shit. Larry Fisher brought the Technicolor dream coat. I'm spitting on the face of evil. You internet rappers with no matter how to lead you. I ain't human, more a movement of illusions. Live from confusion, if you see him, shoot him. Boom.
That sound good right there. That sound good right. That sound good right. That sound good right there.
Yeah. Cymarshall Law Show. Wednesday, December 23rd, 2020. Yo, if you enjoyed the show, click subscribe, forward it, share it, inbox me, tell me how to grow this joint. Oh, man. I think in 2021, I might appear with a partner because I've definitely been trying to do 1,000,001 jobs like a true Jamaican. Nah, real talk, though. I need like an intern. Someone sitting here that I can tell what to do. Maybe someone who's like one of my kids' heights. Maybe my kid. Ooh, that's an idea. We will see. So yeah. Should I drag on and keep... Speaking of drag on, whatever happened to that rapper? Yo, who just joined us all late at 7:17? I'm still on here because I joined late. So I'm giving y'all more content. So a quick review to whoever's joining late. What we talked about this morning, we talked about how it's okay not to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? We talked about one of my kids plagiarizing and how I actually used to do that or I know I got caught once doing it once, and you know, not everyone's perfect, and anyone who is perfect, sooner or later at some point, you're gonna slip up and show us that you're human. And when you do slip up and show us that you're human, I need you to know that it's okay, and it happens to everyone. I was talking about one of my favorite books, Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh, and anyone who's having some difficulty in life, I highly recommend this book. Again, it's called Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh. They made a movie on it a few years later, but the movie was terrible. It was like a Lifetime movie. I wish they never had made the movie, because anyone who watches the movie is not gonna read the books. But yeah, it's really dope. It's along the same lines of another book called Celestine Prophecy. If y'all have ever read that, they also ended up making a movie on Celestine Prophecy, but that movie was also trash. But Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield is a series of books, and it's about people who understand they can elevate to a higher spiritual plane. And when you elevate to this higher spiritual plane, life just becomes so much clearer, because a lot of times word is the least best form of communication. And in the beginning, before humans even spoke, they all communicated based off feeling. And a lot of times we have miscommunications because the written word is not perfect. And you know what I'm saying? They always say, I might not remember what you said, but I'll remember how you made me feel, because I feel like feeling is the highest form of communication. And I feel like feeling is the highest form of communication because your soul is the highest part of you. And your soul is the part of you that's not your physical body. You are not your hair. You are not your skin. You are not your hoodie. You are not your house. You are not your car. You are this being, this soul that you can't see. And that part of you that you can't see, that's your soul. And your soul is the part of you that's connected to the universe. Like the universe is your extended body. So you can't see your soul. You can't see feelings, but you can actually feel your feelings. And good morning, D. you can feel your feelings, and you can feel your feelings. But my point being is that the highest form of communication is definitely feeling. And so many times we miss somebody, or we want to say something to someone and we don't have the words. But when we're around that person, you ever just be around someone and you can just feel them without them having to say anything? Or this person comes in the room and you just feel a certain way. It's because energy, it speaks. And that's a lot of people started saying, yo, that's a vibe. And I honestly think half the people who say that shit don't even understand what they're saying. So when they say that's a vibe, it literally is meaning a vibration, and that vibration is your energy frequency. So sometimes people give off a fucked up energy frequency. So other times people give off a very peaceful energy frequency. Sometimes people give off a sexy frequency. But without speaking, if you're in tune, you can surely feel these energies off people. So when I say I feel a person, or I feel a movie, or I feel whatever it is, someone talking to me, I'm actually literally catching their energy vibration. And if their energy vibration connects with mine, all sort of things happen. I mean, you ever be around, like I'm typically a quiet person, not shy, quiet. But if you ever see me like blabbing off at the mouth, that means I'm comfortable. And that means that I've read your energy signal. I've read your energy vibration, and something you were giving off from your soul, I felt it. And it was nothing to do with the way what you said. It's just how you felt. So sometimes I can be around someone and you just feel a certain way, or you never really forget an energy. But yeah, that's what we're talking about today. It's the end of the year, and I feel like, what are you doing with yourself? You've had this whole year, and if you haven't decided you're going to come up with a second stream of income, if the universe hasn't sent you that energy, that vibe, that thought, that feeling to say, yo, you got to get yours. And if they take away your job tomorrow, how are you going to survive? If they take away your livelihood. Matter of fact, if tomorrow the grid goes down, if all this shit goes down, if they take away Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that new shit, and you're just left with yourself, what are you going to do? Who are you without all this shit? Who are you without your clothes, without your hats, just without? And I feel like people forget how great they are without all of their things, because this life will give you things. It just gives you, I'm in this room and I have all these like random things, you know what I'm saying? I got books, hats, I got lint rollers, whatever, I got posters, but every day I have to remind myself that I am not these things. I am, sentence right there, I am. And I feel like a lot of people don't give themselves, the credit they deserve for just being able to fight through this year and still be themselves, because this year has been whooping ass and been taking away, lives, it's been taking away jobs. But no matter what it takes away, whether that's physical relationships or material things or money, you're still you. And never let anyone take that part of you away. Never let anyone take who you are away, because they'll damn sure try. They'll try to take your spirit away. And that's what it means when you crush someone's spirit. Just because the spirit is the part of us that we can't see. So not only do people want to destroy us physically and mentally, they want to crush our spirit. They want to crush that vibe. And you ever walk into a room and someone has they don't have to say anything, but you can feel they have a broken spirit. And that goes to, vibration and vibe, and you can feel someone's energy frequency. So I want you today, when you go out in the world, it's Wednesday, we got 2 more days until Christmas. I want you to not even say anything to anyone, but I want you guys to intentionally give off a good vibration. Because that's who you really are. The highest part of you is your soul. And even though, we've all had bad days, we've all, not been the best sometimes, at your core, the highest part of you is your soul and your spirit. And that part is always the most beautiful part. And some people, they've definitely woken up on the wrong side of the bed today, so their vibe is fucked up. You ever go to like a store like customer service and you haven't done wrong to the person behind the counter, but it's like immediately this person has an attitude. They have the wrong vibe. You never know what that person went through. So instead of retaliating with the energy that they're giving you, provide back to them the highest part of yourself. Look, you see my eyes? You can actually look someone dead in their eyes and look at the highest part of them. And when you look at the highest part of someone, the way I'm looking at the highest part of you guys right now, if you look at the highest part of someone, you look them dead in their eye and you look at the part of their soul that is the best part of them, people tend to respond in a good way. Like, they see that you're looking at the best part of them, so the way they respond to you is with the best part of them. As where I could look at you like this, and the way you respond to me, and again, these are non-verbals. So if I look at you like this, the way you respond to me is gonna be by what you see, a non-verbal. But if you look at someone at the highest part of their eye like this, almost like you expect the best out of them, I would say 9 times out of 10, they've replied to you positively. But it's all about the vibe you're giving off. And never forget who you are. Because without your hats, without your sweatshirts, without your fly-ass gold bracelets, you're still you. I can't help it. I like to laugh. So yeah, thank you for everyone joining the show. We kind of ran over time, but that's okay because we started late. What time is it right now? 7:30. It's the longest I rock for, but yeah. If you're enjoying the show, click subscribe, share it. If you have suggestions, hit me up in the inbox. We're gonna end the show with my quote of the day, because I'm gonna call the show "Wake Up" because my ass woke up late. But yeah, this is my quote of the day. My name is Cymarshall. I love y'all for joining me today. The quote of the day. Matter of fact, I got a couple quotes. So the first quote. Add a 1. First quote. Success comes to those who have the willpower to win over their snooze buttons. Now, it's not a deep quote. However, being that I failed to win over my snooze button this morning, I thought it was appropriate. But you know why I'm winning? Because I was rolling around in bed and my mind said, yo, it's Christmas week. People wouldn't mind if I just took one day off. You know what I'm saying? And I could have rolled back over and got underneath my blankets because I was nice and comfy. I'm pretty sure I was having a good dream. But I was like, you know what? The people deserve what I promised them. So follow through with your promises. Be who you said you were going to be. So I'll read that quote one more time, then I'll read another one. Success comes to those who have the willpower to win over their snooze buttons. Easier said than done for most. Did I say that right? Anyhow. Lastly, quote of the day. And it has to do with waking up. And it's very simple. You did not wake up today to be mediocre. You didn't. You are the greatest. You are the greatest. Nobody's better than you. You deserve whatever it is that's in your heart. And I want you to go out today and get what you deserve. We have 1 week left of the year. What you gonna do with it? How you gonna change the course of your life by what you do with the next 7 days? Everyone's like wrapping up right now. Literally wrapping up. You see, I got the Spider-Man joint. I was telling them earlier, like, they chose me to go out and buy the wrapping paper. They're gonna get this Marvel. They're gonna get this Marvel work. But yeah, everyone's wrapping up right now at the end of the year. And if you're not finished with what you wanted to do this year, my advice to you is to finish strong, because it's very easy to hit the snooze button in life. I suppose that's what I'm getting at. Hitting the snooze button is mad easy. You know, sitting down and binge watching is mad easy. Not doing what you know you have to do, procrastinating, that shit is easy. But cutting corners never got you to where you needed to go. It didn't. You didn't wake up today to be mediocre. You did not. Be the best part of you today. Be the part of you today that people can't see. They can't see your soul. They can't be your spirit. So wherever you go today, give out that good energy, and it's going to be returned. Whether it gets returned today or gets returned in 2 weeks or gets returned in 4 years or gets returned in 40. Your job is not to keep track of everything you're giving out. That's the universe's job. Just continue to be a good person. Continue to be the best of yourself, even when others are not. You know what I'm saying? Give out your vibe, give out your energy, because you're definitely going to encounter people today that are miserable, but don't allow their energy to become your energy, because you are you and they are them. My name is Cymarshall, and this has been episode 15, Wake Up, of the Cymarshall Show. Peace, love, and positive energy. And I'm out. Enjoy y'all day.